Hello and welcome to this episode of A Muggle's Perspective. I am Rogi. I'm your perspective host. I am here with Braden, the Muggle. Braden, how the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
You know, I'm good. Right now, my biggest question is if there's another person on the line right now who can hear me. If you are on, say something. Okay. Is there anyone else on the line with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, there's someone here. Braden, do you know who this is?
I need more audio. I can't tell yet.
Okay.
Brother Braden, what's up, buddy?
Yo, is that Steve?
It's your boy. What's going on, guys?
Oh man. All right, how's it going, man?
Yeah, let's do this.
We're happy.
Long-time friend, first-time caller.
Long-time friend, long-time listener. No, that's okay.
So
Wow.
what's going on, guys?
Well, we're happy to be joined by Steven Sells, very long-time friend of your hosts, of me for like 25 years, and Braden a little less than that, but still a long time. Steven, we're excited to have you on.
Yeah, we go way back. Yeah, happy to be here, guys.
Steven, how much?
Are you?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Go ahead, Rogi.
No, you go ahead.
Yes, did it.
Third
We did it.
person.
This is happening. Rogi, Steven, are you coming to us live from a fighter jet?
No, no, I wish, man. No, I'm just at home. Nice, quiet evening here in South Jersey.
That was my next question. I was under the impression you had moved to Greenland, so I just wanted to clear that up.
No,
We're
here on
buying
the East
Greenland
Coast.
anyways, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently we are.
So
I'm, of course, an Indiana native.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get back to Indiana whenever I can.
We do have our traditional questions we ask our guest, Steven. What's your history with Harry Potter? How'd you get started on it? What is your house? And what else? Favorite character or something like that? I don't remember, Braden.
Wow.
I think
That's a lot to tackle right there. So let me go ahead and get started on that.
Please do.
My history with Harry Potter started off kind of shaky. I was in elementary school, of course, when the books were coming out, and at the time we were going to a pretty crazy church that actually preached against Harry Potter.
Yep.
And so, from the church perspective, it was a no-no. And my mom actually borrowed a book from a friend, and she read it, and she was like, "Oh, no, we are reading these." And so then Harry Potter, of course, became part of my life.
That's amazing. Shout out Steven's mom, Mrs. Sells. Early adopter, early listener of Muggle's Perspective. Can't confirm that she still listens, but we love that she did at one time listen.
Yeah, I can't confirm that. I'm not sure.
We can't deny it, though, so we're just going to assume that she still does.
We'll get our people on that, get some confirmation.
Yeah, we will do that. We actually just talked about the church backlash to Harry Potter a couple weeks ago. Is that right, Braden?
I feel like it's come up at various times throughout the show. Because I think that's a common thing, at least where we're from.
Yeah, in small town Indiana.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I went to church with Steven probably a couple times, not more than that, when we were young. So I know I can just picture from that pulpit, the invectives against Harry Potter that have come out, and it just makes me smile. I like how you phrased that. It was very tactful. Oh, did we lose Steven? Oh, Steven's coming through my phone. Okay, you were coming through the phone itself instead of through the board. Can we hear you now?
Yeah, I can hear you much better now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm going to try to avoid touching that because I don't know what I'm doing. Steven, what is your Hogwarts house?
Ooh, this is a good question. I think we agreed in high school that I was probably a Slytherin.
Dang, really?
I like to think of myself as a Gryffindor,
Right.
but
I would've went
say
Gryffindor.
I do have some cunning qualities that would probably. I would say I'm like a good Slytherin, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, there's some good
I've always
Slytherins.
said that you're super cunning. Like when I describe you to
Yeah.
people, like,
Yeah.
Steve, he's a good friend. He's super cunning.
Yeah. Right.
We can't.
I don't know if that made it in the best man speech though.
If not, we probably should just run it back and redo it. Like, you think we can just get a weekend together? Maybe get the whole gang there? I don't know.
If you agree to just getting together with Braden for a weekend right now, after I've been trying to see you for like 5 years, I swear.
Hey, my time is pretty limited in Indiana these days.
Understandable. Steven, I think some of
If we can do like a Thanksgiving combo.
Yes. Of course we can.
Yeah. What would be really cool is if we could time it to where we finish up one of these books around the Thanksgiving time, and then we watch the movie together.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
I don't know if that's going to work out timing wise, but
I mean, we can definitely watch Order of the Phoenix right around then.
yeah,
definitely a
that
favorite.
should make sense, right?
I think so. We'll have to get the wives on that. As all three of us know, it is not us that does the planning for those kinds of things.
Very true.
Steven, part of you being a Slytherin, can you confirm this, is when you, a blonde person, bleached your hair more blonde in junior year of high school?
Oh no!
How many both Draco Malfoy and Marshall Mathers jokes did you have to suffer through during that time period?
Pretty much unlimited. It was pretty constant.
About a half
love
cup.
that so much.
It's brutal. I buried that memory. I can't believe you brought it up again, Rogie.
Well, this has been a big time for bringing up memories with Steven. I don't know how much fantasy football talk we necessarily want to get into right now.
That's a slippery slope. I'll just say that right now.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope.
Today in particular, I think Steven sent a text that was like, guys, I haven't talked to you this much in literally years. Because there are so many texts going around, mostly blaming Jacob for abusing fantasy football like trade protocols.
That sounds like a Jacob thing.
Yeah, we can all get behind blaming Jacob.
Yeah, he was taking advantage of Cam Monroe.
It was pretty unfortunate. As the commissioner, I am going to address it, but I cannot because I am podcasting right now. So,
Priorities.
Steven, do you have any idea what the topic of today's episode is supposed to be?
Oh gosh. Okay, I think you guys are. Have you finished Goblet of Fire yet?
We have finished Goblet of Fire. That's a very relevant fact to what we're doing today.
Okay, how early in Order of the Phoenix are you?
We are. We're right about halfway through, aren't we, Braden?
Yes. Yeah. As I was reading, I just read 21 and 22, and basically I had the same chunk of pages in my left hand as I did my right.
So yeah, that's how you gotta.
Okay.
That's how you gotta determine it.
So.
Be careful here,
gosh,
Steven. No
guess.
spoilers.
Are you? Has there been an excursion to the Ministry of Magic yet?
Oh, Steven, chill out. Do you know what this podcast is? You can't you can't just say plot points. Baby. Gosh dang it, Braden. Erase that from your mind.
Have I ruined everything?
You haven't ruined everything, and you may not have ruined anything.
You're going to have to call in the ministry to erase my mind, baby.
But you have. We are, let's see. Umbridge just became the High Inquisitor. Here pretty recently.
Ooh, it was a rough time.
Harry just got kicked off. He got permanently banned from Quidditch, right? Which is rough.
Yeah. Those are some dark days.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was having a fling with Cho around that time, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
We're flinging For sure.
We're sliding into her DMs, I think, is the phrase that was used.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, Steven.
Let's see.
No, this is my fault.
Are there certain like meetings or gatherings happening at this point?
And where we're reading the book, yes. But what I should have informed you is that right now what we're doing is okay. So this is hard to explain. We read the books, but those episodes don't come out for a while because of the like backlog and the editing process. So as far as what's been put out to the world, we just finished Goblet of Fire. So this is
wow.
So
okay.
Today is actually our Goblet of Fire recap. We call it the Muggie Awards. So I put a bunch of polls out on Facebook, and people voted for like best new character and the real MVP and the biggest plot twist, stuff like that.
Okay.
So you're going to get to weigh in on some of these votes, and Braden will also weigh in. So Steven's vote should count for 2. Should we say that? And Braden's will count for 3. Does that sound good, guys?
I'm in.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we're just going to get started with that. Jeremy has informed me that we have somehow a limited amount of storage space on like the memory card that we're using or something. So we're going to kind of keep it rolling. For our first category is Best New Character. So the candidates for Best New Character are Mad-Eye Moody and Cedric Diggory. What do you guys think, and who do you vote for?
I'll go first.
Yes,
I would make an argument for Cedric because his death is really the catalyst for the whole rest of the series. It's really at the end of the book and with his death that things start getting much more, I would say, serious.
Mm-hmm. Pun.
And then also Mad-Eye. Mad-Eye actually didn't play a large role in the book, because it actually wasn't him.
Sure.
So I would argue for Cedric.
Okay, so that's 1 vote for Cedric. Braden, what do you think?
The category is Best New Character, right?
The category is Best New Character.
I hear you, Steven. I can't vote for a character that has like an accumulative 4 lines throughout the entire book.
Something like that.
Like I feel like I didn't even know Cedric. It was just like, yeah, he's with Cho and now he's dead. So
I respect that.
Yeah. I totally agree with his importance and his death that really has been a turning point, especially now that we're halfway through Order. Like it's different, and it's a good different. And I agree that his death kind of sparked all of that. I don't know. Those are 2 characters that are just like kind of weird new characters.
Yeah, but pivotal in their own ways.
Yes.
Very true.
Yeah.
So
I guess I'll go Mad-Eye.
With those votes, Braden's vote actually swung it for Mad-Eye. It was the fans voted. Let's see, where's my applause button? The fans voted 11-7 in favor of Mad-Eye. And then Steven's vote brought it up to 11-9. So if Braden had voted for Cedric, then Cedric would have won. But he did not, so he did not.
Sorry, Ced.
Well
played. Next category, biggest plot twist. What do you guys think are the nominees here?
The fact that Mad-Eye is not Mad-Eye?
Yep, that is one of them.
Oh, yeah, that's ooh.
This is kind of a sneaky one. Comes in right at the very, very end of the book.
Obviously Voldemort comes back.
That's true.
So the fact that he could be embodied again was kind of a pretty big twist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is not what I was nominated, though. Now, I do wish that you could have more than 2 nominees, but either I don't understand how to use Instagram or I don't have all of the options available. So if there had been 3, that would have been 1. But the second nominee was actually the fact that Rita Skeeter is an animagus and could turn into a beetle.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
So based on those 2 categories, or those 2 nominees, What do you guys think? What's the biggest plot twist or your favorite plot twist? Braden, you go first this time.
I know it's the easy answer, but like Mad Eye not being actually Mad Eye was the biggest, like genuinely the biggest plot twist for me. I had no guesses that was coming. Didn't see that coming at all. So that was a huge twist for me.
Steven, do you concur?
I concur.
Yeah, no surprises here. The fans voted right along with you guys. It was 13 votes for Mad Eye and 4 votes for Rita Skeeter. So congratulations to Bart I. Moody, a.k.a. Barty C, actually being Mad Eye via Polyjuice. You have won biggest plot twist. This is kind of an interesting one. So a lot of me making these categories is like amusing myself with how I title them. So this is titled Magicalist Creature. And you can interpret that, honestly, a variety of ways. The most magical, or your favorite new creature, or something like that. Magicalist Creature is between the Blast-Ended Scroot and the Vila.
Okay, is it bad? I don't remember what the Vila are.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Braden, what's a Vila?
That's not the mer people, is it?
No. Braden, can you explain what a Vila is?
The Vila, as I understand them, are... Oh, boy. They're like the...
Oh, are you talking about the invisible winged horse things?
No. That's also a spoiler. We haven't gotten there yet.
So, no, we have. I just read about them.
Yeah, but you haven't figured out what they're called.
Yeah. So the French school, I'm blanking on the name.
Beauxbaton.
Beauxbaton. They have what were in my mind the equivalent of like a dance team or like a cheerleading squad. And
okay.
They are like a type of fairy almost, but they represent the sexual angst that these teenage boys are starting to experience.
Wow.
Wow.
That was a tortured explanation. Okay, so the Vilas, you're mixing that up, Braden, with the Quidditch World Cup. So the Vilas were the mascots for the Romanian team at the the Bulgarian, team at the Quidditch World Cup.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But it's not totally irrelevant to Beauxbaton because Fleur Delacour, her grandmother, was a Vila. And so...
Yeah, for some reason I was thinking Fleur was a Vila.
Yeah, Fleur is like 1/4 Vila or something like that.
Okay.
So,
all right, that's where my head was with that.
Exactly. And actually the picture I used on Instagram for this was basically a picture of Fleur. Because it's hard to find a picture of a Vila. And there's a lot of pictures as like Draco as a Vila, which is very odd.
I don't know what to do with that.
You shouldn't. You're right about Vilas being like the embodiment of like attraction. Like they're very distracting to men and like make them brag and want to like be impressive and stuff like that. So I'm guessing that we're voting for... We've got people in the comments are literally like crying, laughing at you guys right now. I'm assuming it's at you guys and not me. Maybe it's at me though. So are we voting for Vilas or Blast-Ended Scroots here?
Well, can we talk about what Blast-Ended Scroots are? Because I still don't even... I don't even know. I know that we called them Bang-Ended Scoots for a while because that was more fun.
Yeah, it still is. Blast-Ended Scroots are like giant fire crab sort of things. Like they shoot fire out of one of their ends and they have like a sucker on the other end. And they've got like hard shells. Hagrid like bred them illegally. This is a plot line that we like just didn't talk about, you and I. But it's sort of there in the background of the book, is that Hagrid pretty much engaged in some like illegal magical breeding tampering, like he was a Pokemon trainer, and created Blast-Ended Scroots.
I think they win just based purely on like name quality.
That's fair.
I couldn't agree more. I'm going to vote for them so I can say
vote,
bang-ended scoots.
Wow, in a huge upset. So it was Blast-Ended Scroots was down 5-10, but with both of you voting for it, it's now tied up, which I think means that it wins. Like whoever you voted for is the tiebreaker, right?
Yeah, it's like baseball. Like tie goes to the runner. We are the runner here.
So congratulations for the upset win, Bang-Ended Scoots. That's pretty good. Love a good upset.
Good teamwork there, Steve.
Nice work, buddy.
So we're going to cut in here with a howler. Now, Steven, you don't know what a howler is. That is what we call our voicemail like hotline thing. So we have people call in occasionally, or more than occasionally in some cases, and leave us messages, preferably mocking Braden, but it's more of like commenting on what's going on in the podcast, that kind of stuff. So we're going to go all the way back to August 7th. So we've been sort of saving them up for the second half of Goblet of Fire to release them now. And this is a two-parter, or a three-parter maybe, actually. So we're going to listen to Braden's friend Erin here, and she is going to talk to us about a topic. This is also going to be coming off my phone, just like Steven is right now. So Steven, you can't be muted during it, so you're just going to need to not talk while she's talking, okay?
Okay, we'll do.
Okay, perfect. Here comes Erin. If I can click play. Jeremy, it's not working. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's not working, guys. It doesn't make sense to me that it would not be working. Can I not play it because we're on the call with Steven? Can I mute him? I've muted Steven.
I'm here.
Oh. I think I've muted you now. Okay. Okay, we're not going to be hearing from Erin because Steven's on the call, which is fine. We'll hear from her later. We'll kick Steven off and then hear from her because she has like 5 minutes of talking to do. Okay, let's get Steven back on. Sorry for the delay there, guys. Okay, Steven, you're back with us. It looks like
I'm back.
It looks like we're not going to be able to do the howler while we have a third person on. I'm assuming that's what's wrong, but that doesn't matter. We can just finish up the muggies. Got a few more categories here. So this is one of my favorite categories, and I don't know if it's anyone else's favorite, but it amuses me. This is called Worst Prediction. So Braden is forced to make predictions throughout the book while reading it, and some of them are very bad. And two of them have been nominated here for Worst Prediction. One of them, he predicted that the only way...
Hang on. Are any of them actually bad, or are they... like? Yes, some of them are very wrong.
Okay, that's right.
But I don't think any of them are bad.
No, that's true. They're not bad. They're wrong.
I think you're discouraging him from future predicting.
I hope I'm not, because I have very regularly encouraged him to make predictions. Braden, do you feel discouraged?
I don't think so. I'll decide by the end of the episode.
Okay. Well, we'll continue to be encouraging. Braden predicted that Sirius Black as a dog was going to come in and like fight off Voldemort and all the Death Eaters to save Harry when he was in the graveyard.
Okay. Fair.
And he also predicted that Ludo Bagman was a Death Eater, and he was orchestrating the series of events that got Harry stuck in the graveyard in the first place.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So Bagman as a Death Eater, or Sirius as a rescuer, which is the worst theory, or your favorite incorrect theory?
My favorite is the Bagman one because it has like elements of conspiracy to it.
Mm-hmm.
It has some. That's pretty deep. I like that one.
There you go. You understand.
Braden, which of your bad theories did you think was the worst?
Gosh, yeah, the Bagman one wasn't good.
You were right that he was up to sketchy stuff, though.
Yeah, that one was just, I guess, the most disappointing because it ended up that like his character was pretty useless in general.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was left out of the entire movie. The serious one is honestly still annoys me.
That he didn't do that?
Yeah, that he just was nowhere to be found. So I don't know. I guess I'm voting. Like the worst prediction was the Ludo one, but
Okay, so we've got.
I don't know. They're both bad.
Are you both voting for Ludo Bagman? Okay, I think we lost. We didn't lose Steven, but.
I'm here.
Okay, that's on speakerphone. That's not your fault. Jeremy, help. Uh-huh. I feel like Steven's probably talking right now.
I sure am.
Yeah, he's only coming through my speakerphone. Jeremy, this is not working how you anticipated it.
Sure am, guys.
We believe you, Steven. It's not your fault. We're just getting the kinks worked out. Fortunately, our listeners are very understanding. This is not the worst technical difficulty that we've had in a live show. We keep putting on speakerphone and we can hear Steven like moaning. Oh, guys! I don't understand the Jerry Seinfeld bit. Why are you talking about Jerry Seinfeld? I've missed a lot of inside jokes over the last 4 bucks. I mean, I can hear you, but Mitchell Rogers, who's also listening, cannot hear you.
Yeah, Mitchell is listening. I've
put it
been
that
texting
way.
him.
You
Shout
should
out,
text
Mitchell.
Mitchell agreed with the Bagman vote. Jeremy's messed with my phone, but Bagman was already going to win, and then you guys really piled it on. Steven, are you back?
I'm back.
Okay, Steven's here. It's all good.
So,
It was 8-3 for Bagman anyway, so it's a runaway for Ludo, literal Bagman.
Bagman.
I always think of it, Steven, do you remember the Shaq talking about Birdman? The Birdman. That's what I always think of when I think of Bagman. I don't know how into the NBA you were in 2012.
not really at all, actually.
Okay, well, fair enough. Next category, we've got 3 more categories, I think. Next category is best moment, which is nice. Best moment between the Quidditch World Cup, all the wizards coming together, internationality, or Harry and Ron reconciling after the first task. Which was the best moment of Goblet of Fire?
Steve, you want to go first?
I would say Harry and Ron. I would say the book is so dark and painful for a lot of it that I have to go with the Harry and Ron reconciliation.
Yeah, I think that's where my vote would lie too.
I called this the Ron Union on Instagram, which I thought was clever because I think I'm clever. And Ron Union was already up. Okay, thank you, Alexa. Our Ron Union was already up 8-5, so you guys pushed it over the top. Congratulations to Ron Union for being best moment. Now, after posting this, I realized that instead of the Quidditch World Cup, the other nominees should have been when Harry sees his parents come out of the wand during the Priori Incantatum scene, and then they successfully
cool.
help him to break away from Voldemort. Would you have voted for that over the Ron Union?
I would not have.
I mean, it was cool, but no.
Okay, well, good. It's good to know that the outcome would not have changed there. That's my fault, though. I mean, I am unilaterally coming up with all of these categories and nominees. So sometimes it's good to have a little bit of accountability. Not too much accountability, you understand, just a little bit. Okay, we're going to do... This is a pretty Goblet of Fire specific question. Dangerousest task. All right?
Alrighty.
So I took out the third one just because of how much Moody, aka Buttercrouch Jr., like changed it up and not knowing how to factor in the graveyard part of it. So it's between the first task and the second task. Which one was dangerousest?
I mean, I'll go first again.
Sure.
I mean, the dragons was pretty suspenseful, but the mer people challenge in the lake really had that like horror, like scary element to it. So I'd have to go with that one.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind that unlike in the movie, the dragon is on a chain the whole time. So there is, at least feels like a little more element of control.
So that was going to be my question as like a qualifier for this one. Are we going with movie scene or book scene?
Well, you know that as a general rule, and especially with Goblet of Fire, it's always movie over book, right?
Okay.
Or no, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Book over movie.
Yeah, that's. I was
said
like,
it
what?
backwards.
No, that's not what.
Question something too.
Yeah, it's always book over movie. So based on the book, which one would you say?
Yeah, book is definitely the mer people.
So that's 2 votes for the lake task, task number 2. That means that by a score of 6-4, task 2 wins. You guys swing it again. It was only this. I just posted this one a couple hours ago, so there weren't very many votes, but it was 4-1 for the Horntail task, which I thought was interesting.
Really?
Yep. All right, this is the final category. Braden, what category is it going to be?
Which Freschetta pizza is best?
Wow, this is that's such a deep cut because that episode has definitely not aired yet. So not only does Steven not know what you're talking about, but like no one listening could possibly know what you're talking about.
That's fine. Teaser.
Kitchen Fresh Pizza. Do you have the Freschetta hotline number memorized still, Braden?
I don't. Hannah made me throw away the box.
Wow. Some questionable life choices by Hannah there. No, the final category is always...
Don't worry, we'll buy it this week.
Okay. Is always, who was the real MVP of Goblet of Fire? Was it is Hermione the 3-time reigning champion?
Yeah, nobody else has been MVP yet.
Fox has been nominated, and Dumbledore has been nominated, but I think Hermione has won every time. So, if you're going to come for the king, you better come correct. Is it Hermione or is it Harry?
Wow.
So Harry's the underdog here. Let me make the case. Let's at least lay out the case. Harry single-handedly fights off Voldemort in the graveyard, well, with help from his mom and dad and Cedric and Frank Bryce. He does the Horntail task by himself with help from Hermione, and I guess he gets a lot of help from Dobby on the second task.
Yeah, Dobby. That's who I was thinking of as like dark horse candidate.
Oh yeah, that would be a really dark horse. Harry does the ball himself. He asks out a girl. That's big. What do you guys think, Harry or Hermione here for MVP?
Well, can we lay out Hermione's case?
Please do.
No, that's your job. You're the perspective.
Okay, sorry, Jeremy was asking me something. So Hermione's case is some of the obvious stuff. She's still doing Spew, which shows a commitment to rights, I guess. Not human rights, but you know what I'm saying, like creature rights. So that's, noble of her. She helps Harry a lot with both the first two, actually all three tasks. She helps him study and prepare. Specifically on the first one, teaches him the summoning spell. She doesn't abandon him like Ron does. She also figures out that Rita Skeeter was an animagus and traps her in an unbreakable glass jar. That's pretty impressive. And she just generally continues to be the best at most things for her age, and helps Harry and Ron not fail their classes, I guess. Continues to be the voice of reason.
Hermione's always the MVP.
She goes to the ball with an international Quidditch star. So that would be the case for Hermione, I guess.
Yeah, I vote Hermione. Always MVP.
Braden?
I'm gonna vote Harry on this one.
Oh, wow. Why is that?
Because I think just his heroics there in the Tri-Wizard tournament, trying to save Cedric's life, having to bring Cedric's body back to his parents, his unselfishness that he showed underwater, trying to save all of the I'm blanking on the word, like
All the captives, I guess.
hostages. Yeah, I was trying to say hostages. I just felt like he got put in a lot of situations in this book where he had to make decisions with very little information, just like real quick. Like, what's the best decision for everybody here?
Braden convinced me. I changed my vote.
Oh, you're changing your vote.
Wow,
vote,
that's
yeah.
I don't think we've ever had that.
No,
with
that's a
Muggies.
first.
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
good.
I
like
think Harry always has help, but like give the guy a little bit of credit here. He was the one actually in the challenges, going through the order.
Yeah, like I feel like in past books, Hermione has always been it's like we find out at the end of the book that like, oh man, Hermione did this thing, and if she hadn't, all of this they'd have been screwed. And she definitely helped in this book, but like when it came down to it, like it's just Harry and Voldemort in the graveyard, and
Harry was the man in the arena here.
Now,
Yeah.
what if it was Harry versus Harry's wand?
oh
Because Harry's wand
Well,
does
you can't do
a
that in the
surprising
world
amount
of
the heavy
wizarding.
lifting.
yeah, I don't think that's a fair. Like you can't do that in the world of wizarding. Like you wouldn't have any MVPs then. It would just be whose wand is MVP.
Well, but like Harry's wand specifically, Dumbledore's wand, yeah, it does a lot of great magic, but Harry's wand like has its own characteristics, being like the brother wand with Dumbledore and like making that connection, or Dumbledore with Voldemort. If Steven switches his
I think
vote,
we've cast our votes.
okay, well
I
then
think we've cast our votes, Rogie.
that means that we have a stunning upset. It was Hermione was leading 7-3 going into the final vote here. And with your 2 votes, that's a combined 5 points. That means for the first time ever, Harry Potter and not Hermione Granger is the MVP of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
She's been dethroned.
It's like the end of a dynasty.
Yeah, what the real question is now, like, how does she bounce back in order,
Yeah. Do you think, from what you've read so far, do you think it's feasible?
Oh, man.
Just to put you on the spot to remember everything you've read in 800 pages.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, it seems like Harry's kind of leading the pack again, like teaching all these kids to, defense against the dark arts.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Hermione being an underdog or not being the front runner this time will help her cause for the next book.
I think so.
Well, that brings us to the end of the 4th annual Muggie Awards. Thank you to everyone who participated. I don't have any. I've been using the applause one a lot, so I'm just going to use some other some other sounds here. Get in a trombone sound. Trombone sound and scary do not get enough play. I like scary.
Could we get a little beef just for beef's sake?
Okay. Do you have any beefs about the Muggies? Steven, do you know what Braden's beef is?
I do not.
Okay, well just listen up.
What he doesn't like about the movie?
Well,
the book to show transition?
About any, I mean, we try to have one every week. Whatever he was just like beefing about, like, man, Umbridge shouldn't get to do that, like, just whatever. But we have
Braden, what was your biggest beef?
Well, we have a sound effect for it.
Braden's beef. I think my biggest beef right now is how little I talk to you anymore, Steven.
Yes. Braden's beef is about Steven.
Zing! Heart, man. Yeah.
But
the old phone, it does work both ways.
It does. It does.
No, I miss you too,
Touché. In terms of Harry Potter, I'll go with as I was kind of talking about earlier. I was really banking on Sirius showing up with some kind of help. Not that Harry ultimately needed it in the graveyard, but just I don't know, just that godfatherly figure. I was kind of hoping that we'd see him really jump into action there, and we'd get a little taste of what kind of wizard Sirius really is.
Yeah, it would have tied things together nicely, I think. So that brings us to the end of the Muggies. Jeremy claims to have fixed our technical issues. I now have a fancy MacBook, an iPhone, and an iPad all in front of me. If I was like, maybe not, if I didn't look like me, I could maybe be in like an Apple commercial right now. Let's just put it that way. I mean, I'm not getting cast in an Apple commercial. Let's be real. So I think we should be able to keep Steven on and hear some voicemails. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute the three of us really quickly, and we're going to listen to, I think, 3 straight voicemails of Erin, because she has a lot to say. So without further ado, the long-awaited Howler. Oh, smart. That was a good idea, Jeremy.
Hi, this is Erin again. I don't know if y'all remember me. I kind of talked about the annoying water bottle commercial that someone mentioned before. But I just had something else I wanted to say. I'm a couple episodes behind, so I don't know if y'all talked about this before, but I figure maybe it'd be a nice little conversation. I don't know. It might be too intense for the type of show this is, but I've always had a lot of feelings about Hermione and the whole house elf thing. And I guess from my perspective, as maybe a black woman, I think what Hermione wanting them to be free, I think is fine. She sees an injustice. She doesn't like it. She wants the house elves to no longer be enslaved. I think that's great. But I think the problem is kind of how she's going about doing it. Because she's not saying, what she's saying is she's saying the houses are enslaved. I don't like it. They should be free. Versus the house elves are enslaved. I don't like it. They should have the ability to control their own lives and decide what they want to do. Because how she's going about it, she's basically assuming this role that they can't decide for themselves, so she has to make the decision for them, which is, that kind of mentality is almost as bad as the mentality that they should be enslaved. So she's saying, for me, how I always interpret it as, she's making a decision that she knows best how they should live. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Someone else called me while I was doing this. But basically what Hermione is saying is she knows better how they should live their lives rather than the house elves themselves. And I think that's the problem I had with it. Versus if it was like the house elves, I see that the house elves are enslaved. I want them to have the ability to live how they want to live. I think that's a better mentality to have. And that's kind of how I always had an issue with the way Hermione was doing it, was because her wanting them to be free, I think, is fine, but she's not taking into account the house elves' autonomy and their ability to make that decision for themselves. And so it was always kind of weird for me how she was going about it. And I think it's weird for other characters because they see her as just like another witch, and it's like, what gives you the right to decide what happens to the house elves, you know? Especially if the house elves themselves are saying they like it. She's just saying, I don't like it. It shouldn't be like this, versus wanting them to make that choice for themselves. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Sorry we got interrupted. Somebody was calling me because, you know, people be calling me all the time. I'm sorry. But anyway, I just wanted to share my opinion on the matter. I hope it wasn't like a too intense Debbie Downer type.
So that's the Braden. Are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay, so that's the first one. We've got two more shorter entries into the same sort of topic. Did you have anything you wanted to say before we brought those two? We listened to those two.
Are the last two connected to that?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, yeah, maybe we should just get the full.
Okay, we'll just keep it rolling. We did lose Steven. Thank you for coming on, Steven. He had to go, so it's understandable.
Okay.
We'll get Mitch to call in next.
Hey, this is Erin again. This is like part 2. Sorry I got cut off, and then somebody called me about something, and I had to answer. Yeah, it was my dad. Anyway, I just wanted to wrap up what I said before. I honestly forget because now my mind is gone. But yeah, that's all I had to say. I just wanted to give my opinion on Hermione and the house elves. If anyone didn't know, this thing cuts you off at 3 minutes, so don't talk for longer than 3 minutes. And I will try to catch up. So next time, maybe my Howler has more relevance. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Okay, I hadn't actually listened to that one, but that's amazing that's all it was. This third one is back on topic though, from what I can see.
Hey, this is Erin again for like the third time. I'm sorry. I finally remember what I was going to say. When I got called the first time and it stopped me, it totally messed up my train of thought. I guess basically what I was trying to say was, rather than Hermione fighting for them to just be totally free from serving, it should be that the elves should be free to be able to make their own decisions. For some of them, maybe that means staying with the family that treats them well, they enjoy being with. Others, that means leaving. That's essentially what I was trying to say. Fighting for them to be able to choose how to live, basically. I think it kind of rubs me the wrong way because she's not a house elf and she really hasn't been through what they've been through. So her trying to speak on their behalf, I don't think is totally legitimate. And so, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Also, now that I know this thing cuts you off after a couple minutes, if I ever call in again, next time I'm going to make sure I talk fast as heck, or I'm either going to write down what I want to say so I get it all in the first time. And I'm going to make sure that nobody calls me. Sorry, my dad was calling me asking me about taxes, and I was like, bro, I'm trying to talk about Harry Potter. Taxes can wait. Anyway, I think I've embarrassed myself enough, so I'm not going to I will try not to call in for a little bit so you don't just hear me ramping. Keep up everything. Love listening to you guys. Okay, bye-bye.
Bro,
That's awesome.
I'm trying to talk about Harry Potter.
I'm not trying to hear about taxes, bro.
Okay, so that is Erin's thoughts on Hermione and the house elf situation. Basically, this sort of spawned the whole wanting to wait for the Howlers so we could like treat it properly. Because especially in the beginning, I mean, it's, you know, we're considering this pretty seriously. So, what do you think? What do you think, Braden?
Well, I've gotten to talk to Erin a little bit more about this. Like she's come over for dinner and had dinner with me and Hannah a couple times, and I just appreciated her perspective. Like she can speak to, because I mean we've talked about how this is sort of JKR's subtle yet not so subtle, like, hey, I'm dealing with more adult themes now, and like here's a hint of like racism and how I want to deal with that.
Yeah.
Which like I appreciate, and I think that I like that she is trying to deal with more adult topics behind sort of like the facade of like magic and creatures and stuff. And I felt like that's a side of it that like I never would have considered. And like, how could I, being like just like a regular white dude? Like, I don't know. I appreciated that perspective. I think that adds not only a lot to this specific conversation, but just a lot to this show. I think that we have a lot of fun on this show, and we are pretty lighthearted most of the time. But it's kind of cool every now and then to, I don't know, take a deeper dive into what JKR is talking about here and like hear different perspectives from different walks of life on that. So.
Yeah. I mean, specifically what she's saying about Hermione sort of deciding what's best for the house elves and then acting on it without getting their input, I think I agree with her about that, and it rubs me the wrong way as well. And like you said, you know, her perspective is more relevant on it than mine by far, and I acknowledge that totally. But it's refreshing to know that it's refreshing to know that what I was already thinking she was able to put into words really well. And so that was awesome that what she was able to do there. But she's exactly right. I mean, Hermione it'd be one thing if she was going down to the house elves and being like, hey guys, what do you think about, you know, this being enslavement? Is this something you like to do?
Like, I think spew needs to exist to like Aaron is saying, like give the house elves a voice. Like instead of Hermione saying like, hey, I think what's happening to you guys is wrong and I'm going to go talk about it, being more like, hey, I think what's happening to you guys is wrong. Here's why. So like, let's try to figure out together how to get your voice heard.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
There was no house elf input. And especially like we're seeing here in, is it just in Order of the Phoenix where she's making the hats? I think it is. She's like putting hats around the Gryffindor common room and trying to get them to pick it up. Like you're acknowledging that they don't want it and they're not doing it on purpose. And that's also not how it works, I don't think. I think you have to like give a house elf clothes as opposed to just have them pick up clothes they're lying around, because they can like do your laundry, right? Right. So, I mean, this is a long way of saying that we agree with her take. And we also, I mean, I don't know about you, I thought it was really funny how she like got cut off and it only goes for 3 minutes and
and her dad called about taxes.
Yeah. So, we really appreciate you calling in there, Aaron. This is a month and a half after the fact, but we appreciate it nonetheless.
Yeah, we just didn't want to. We felt like that was a unique enough and like special enough perspective on it that like, because normally the Howlers are just kind of like, hey Braden, what you said about this was dumb, or like, that was funny that you said that, Braden, what do you think about this? And it's pretty lighthearted and we move on, we give it its 30 seconds or whatever, and we felt like this deserved like some discussion. And I would love to hear, I would love for it to become something like on our social media platforms that like people talk about and discuss and like, yeah, I didn't think about that, or like, I don't know. We've had a little bit of that. What is our friend from Ireland's name that like didn't like the way I say Premier League? Premier League?
Premier. I think it's pronounced soccer.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Like I think it's cool that a podcast about Harry Potter draws out a lot of fun, lighthearted, stupid stuff, but also some like serious and kind of important to talk about stuff. So
Yeah, and I mean, plus just the general. I mean, if we can be a podcast that is not necessarily, I mean, we're going to say we're committed to diversity, but like we really like that and we love that we have a diverse listener base. It's not. It's we thought when we started it that it was just going to be our friends,
right,
like our mutual friends, which is, let's be clear, a zero diversity listener base. All of our friends are the exact same person. So it's awesome
that's probably not fair, but
it's not. I mean, I don't know about your friends. I have a friend that is half Japanese, I guess. Shout out Joseph. He's been on the pod. Okay. Anyway, like you said, we've got listeners all over the world. Carlo is one of our most well-known and engaging.
When you say that, it makes it sound like we have just like millions of global listeners.
We do. We have listeners around the world, and that's a fact.
Yeah, I mean,
and we don't need to dive into that claim any farther.
let's just leave it at that.
There's a thin veneer of listeners around the world. Like you said about what the Howlers usually are, let's move to the next one, which is from August 22nd, sent in by Chad, the Chadillac.
Hey guys, it's Chad. Listening to episode 41. Had 2 episodes drop today, so kind of feel like it's my birthday. But anyway, very interested in hearing y'all's take on the pensive. I'm fascinated by it, and I also would like to have one because with my job, sometimes that would be great to have around and help with all the thoughts floating around in my head. But I always wondered, just kind of wondering what you guys think, like once you take the memory out, how do you get it back in? Because I assume if you take the memory out, you forget it. So you have to watch the memory to get it back. Anyway, probably thinking too hard, but enjoy the show. Keep it up. Y'all have a good day.
So Chad comes in with some thoughts on pensives, which I like. I mean, I think that's really interesting. What do you think, Braden, as far as the like pulling a memory out and putting it in there?
Well, first I want to wish Chad a happy birthday, dropping 2 episodes on him. Love that. That is an interesting thought. I didn't go that deep, and he brings up an excellent point. If you put a memory in the pensive, do you lose it completely from your own head? Like,
it seems like the answer has to be no, right?
It has to be no, but then like what? How does that work? Do you just create a carbon copy of your memory and put it in the pensive?
Is it one of these
like
situations?
It's a good question.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like, maybe Jeremy needs to come back in here. In terms of technology, there's a way that you can like soft delete and hard delete things. Like when I delete, my Switch has like onboard memory, and I can delete things from that. I can delete save data, or I can delete the whole game. You know what I mean? Like you're taking the memory out and it's decluttering. Like
a recycling bin type thing?
Yes, like a recycle. That's so much better. Or like how you delete like photos from your phone, then you have to go into like recently deleted and re-delete them.
Yes.
Like it leaves like an imprint of it, but it's just not taking up like as much of your current thoughts. But if you need to recall back to it, you can. Because Dumbledore talks about like making connections with the pensieve. And if you totally erased that, then you wouldn't be able to then use it. It's like hard memory versus soft memory, kind of.
Yeah, that seems to be a reasonable explanation.
Sure. That sounds
fine. I don't have anything better than that.
Yeah, who does?
But I agree with Chad. It'd be nice to have one of those.
It would be nice. Per usual, we agree with Chad. Okay, cancel. No, I want to stay on the live stream. Okay. Next voicemail coming up from a voice you might recognize.
What's up, gents? It's Chad. Just got through listening to episode 42 and wanted to give Braden props for, I don't remember exactly what you said, but for saying that Barty Crouch Jr. is going to come back in some form or fashion. You got it right. Good job. And also, just wanted to say to keep up the good work, and I will talk to you guys later. Oh, my hand is still intact. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Bye.
So there's Chad again.
Can you remind me what he's referencing
With the
about
hand
his hand?
thing? I have absolutely no idea. I'm trying to pull up some old. It's probably something we said about him, and this is
No,
our
it
fault.
has to be.
This is our fault, not yours, Chad.
Yeah, don't feel bad about this, Chad. We just.
Did we make a
don't
joke
know.
about him stabbing himself in the hand? Like, what does that even mean?
I don't know. Chad, can you call back in and talk about what you were referencing?
And it's our fault because, like, you sent that voicemail in a month ago, but the problem is that we recorded that episode like 2 months ago. So, okay, thanks.
Dang it. I'm sure that's a very funny reference. And
As am
though
I.
I don't have anything to put it with, I appreciate it.
This is like, yeah. There's nothing.
This is bad. This is bad radio.
It's also not our fault, but it's bad, like podcast long-term planning. And it's just there's only so many options. Like either you if you want to only listen to the episode right after we record it, then it's going to be like 3 weeks because like that's how recording works. I don't know. Now that I'm saying that Chad is wanting that, we're going to listen to the next one. It's from Chad again.
What's up, gents? This is Chad. So I looked up Ludo Bagman, on the Harry Potter wiki, which honestly didn't even know existed. And it has him listed as blonde-haired and blue eyes. So Daniel Craig's probably a pretty good choice. Maybe he's a little older. I'm not sure how old Ludo Bagman is supposed to be. So anyway, but I got to thinking maybe that would have been a good role for Heath Ledger to play before his untimely death. Anyway, thoughts? Have a good evening.
Thanks for that, Chad. I do remember talking about the Ludo Bagman casting thing because that was when we had Carla on and I spoiled for you that he wasn't in the movie, right?
Yes. I will always vote for Heath Ledger.
See,
Rip.
I'm just not very familiar with Heath Ledger's non-Joker work.
You don't need to be.
So I'm just picturing him as like weird, straggly, long hair, like crazy tongue hanging out of his mouth, Ludo Bagman. Like,
Yeah, I mean, his acting in The Dark Knight as the Joker should be enough for you. Like he can do anything.
Can Heath Ledger be a middle-aged former athlete who's excited about sports?
I think so. Have you seen A Knight's Tale?
Oh, that's true. I've seen A Knight's Tale. That's so young Heath Ledger, though.
That is young Heath Ledger.
You know who would be a good Ludo Bagman? Like a blonde, like Tom Hanks. Like kind of in dad mode, but like he could still get really excited to like go to a sporting event.
I was kind of thinking Matt Damon.
Oh yeah. Oh, Matt Damon.
Like Matt Damon now.
Yeah, of course. Like the Martian Matt Damon.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big Matt Damon fan, and I think he could pull that off.
Matt Damon. What's happening right now? Are you messaging me on Skype or something? Because if so,
I'm not.
Well, then what were those dings? Did you hear the dings?
I didn't. He's losing his mind, and I'm reaping the benefits.
Oh, you're really? I don't know what that's from. You're really not hearing the dings?
I am not.
Maybe this iPad is getting notifications or something. Anyway, we have one more howler, and this one is from a voice that you might recognize.
Hi, this is Jessica. I am a talking.
All right. So I know you're thinking, and it's that maybe we should screen these for sound quality before we play them live. And my answer is then I wouldn't be reacting to it live. So I'm not going to do that. Here's the problem.
Well, thank you, Jess, for calling in.
I can see all of her words here. It interpreted words, but they didn't come out. And
so
also,
maybe you could just read it in Jess's voice.
Hi, it's Jess. No, I can't. I can't go high enough.
Is Jess there? Can we just have her live?
No, she's not here.
She's
at some kind of middle school soccer game match. It's definitely soccer and not football is the problem. She's on the pitch, at the soccer pitch. Trying to get a cap. Anyway, and also I think it might have been about, from what I can tell, it might have been about Order of the Phoenix instead of Goblet of Fire, because Jess gets to listen to them ahead of time because she edits them. So that's where we are.
There you go.
I'm learning, I think, at this exact second that you can maybe text the Howler line.
Ooh, that'd be a game changer.
If you've always felt like you wanted your thoughts heard, but not your voice heard, I guess, you can always email us, and no one does that anymore. Which you're welcome to do, molo'sperspective@gmail.com. But yeah, the same.
Do we have a
Howler line
fax line? Could people fax us?
We're gonna have to talk to Jeremy about that one. I don't think so.
Maybe they could page us on our beeper.
Watched a recent episode of Veronica Mars in which faxing played an important role, and it was wild. So that is all of the planned content I had for this episode.
I think it was a success. Thank you to Steven for coming on. Thank you to Rogie and crew for bringing Steven on. That was a really fun surprise. Haven't talked to him in a long time. Steven is a member of United States Air Force. So we thank him for what he's doing.
Yeah, we didn't tell anyone who Steven was. We didn't explain.
Yeah, I had meant to do that with my dad joke of are you coming to us live from a fighter jet? Really dropped the ball there, but
I mean, we've probably mentioned him in previous episodes. He was in your wedding. He was one of my best friends in high school. We used to play video games together. He's really good at Age of Empires. That's not relevant. I knew his family really well.
He had a short stint as a musician.
He had a medium stint as a musician. Did you know that he occasionally fronted the Cold War Unicorns when Eric couldn't make it?
I didn't. I don't know a whole lot about the Cold War Unicorns.
Really?
I know that they were a thing, but that's about as far as it goes.
You never saw them perform live?
I did not. That was before my time.
Wow. They were once booked to play a train rally because that's something that our honors English teacher was really into, was train rallies. Well, we put it together as a class, and Eric couldn't make it, so Steven sang.
There you go.
What? Oh, Jeremy has run into the room to show me his phone, and it says that someone is listening from Australia.
Wow.
So over his morning coffee. I don't know how
good
time
day.
zones work. Okay, that's as soon as you hear Australia, I got to do it. Got to talk about dingoes and kangaroos.
Yep, and he or she is probably rolling their eyes right now.
What do you think?
I'm sorry, I had to do it.
What do you think the equivalent is for that? When they try to do an American accent, they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get a hamburger and and my assault rifle and just really go to town."
Okay, easy.
No, on the hamburger.
That's super encouraging because everybody tells me that most Australians hate Americans. So
maybe he's hate listening. Lucas, come on the pod. He's here. Yeah, he knows we're talking about him. Oh, wow. Okay.
Lucas, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. I would absolutely have you on right now, but we have nothing to talk about at this point. And it's probably also time for us to see our wives for the first time today.
Yes. But Lucas, if you are still listening, you should call the Howler.
Yes. I would love to get an Australian accent on the Howler.
That would be awesome. 978-768-8370.
Call or
It's
text.
just a voicemail line. Yeah.
It's also a text mail line.
Preferably call, though, because,
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, like, Australian accents are the coolest things of all time.
Yeah. If you have an accent that indicates that you're not from the Midwestern United States, please call in. We love accents here on the Muggles Perspective. Or if you're Jerry Seinfeld.
Or Kermit the Frog.
I was about to say or Kermit the Frog. Please follow us on Instagram. And if you're listening to this right now, you're definitely on Facebook, so you know how to follow us on Facebook. We're also on Instagram at Muggles Perspective. We try to be active on there and sometimes succeed and sometimes do not. Like I said, you can email us at mugglesperspective.com, I think. Mugglespodcast.com? Nuh-uh. You're lying to me. No, it's mugglesperspective@gmail.com. Shove off, Malfoy. I have it right here on my phone. So we really appreciate you guys who are tuning in right now and have tuned in and are going to listen to this if and when we release it as a standalone episode. I'm hoping that it just isn't edited and we get like 4 minutes of Stephen going, guys, I'm still here. No worry. So that'll be good. Again, yeah, we finished a book. We really appreciate that we have fans. That's exciting. Braden thinks so too. I can assure you.
It never ceases to amaze me. It never ceases to amaze me that there are people out there that legitimately choose to listen to this and enjoy it. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll get you out of here on. Let's see. I know how to do this, Jeremy. Don't mock me. There's the next page of music. We've got some outro music. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. I'm not doing a very good job of showing you what I'm doing. Here's some outro music. Thank you, Braden. Thank you, Rachel. No thank you to Hannah. Thank you, Jeremy and Jessica. We will see you next time.